Let's be real, secularism sounds like a boring word. It's often thrown around in academic circles and news debates, but what does it actually mean for us, the people living in the real world? At its core, secularism is all about creating a level playing field. Imagine a society where your religion, or lack thereof, doesn't dictate your rights, opportunities, or how you're treated. That's the essence of a secular society. It's not about erasing religion from the public sphere. Instead, it's about ensuring that everyone, regardless of their beliefs, can participate fully in public life without facing discrimination or prejudice. Think of it like this. Your religious beliefs are personal, like your favorite flavor of ice cream. You're free to enjoy it, but you can't force everyone else to love it or live by its rules. Secularism recognizes that we live in diverse societies with people from different backgrounds holding different beliefs. It acts as a safeguard, preventing the imposition of one group's beliefs on others and ensuring equal treatment for all. This separation of religion and state allows for a space where everyone can coexist peacefully and respectfully regardless of their faith or non-belief. Think of it like a good potluck. Everyone brings their own unique dish to the table, and we can all enjoy the variety and richness it brings without anyone forcing their dish on others. That's the beauty of secularism. It lets us celebrate our differences while building a society based on fairness and equality. Socially, secularism encourages tolerance and understanding between different religious and non-religious groups. It promotes dialogue and interaction, breaking down stereotypes and fostering a sense of community. Instead of viewing our differences as dividing lines, secularism helps us see them as threads that enrich the tapestry of our shared society. Legal scholar. Legally, secularism guarantees equal protection under the law for everyone, regardless of their beliefs. It ensures that our courts remain neutral spaces where justice is served based on evidence and legal principles, not religious interpretations. Think of it like this. In a secular court, your holy book isn't admissible as evidence. Beyond these spheres, secularism influences education, media, and even our personal relationships. It encourages critical thinking, challenging us to question dogma and embrace reason-based arguments. It fosters a media landscape where diverse voices and perspectives can be heard, without fear of censorship based on religious sensitivities. In our personal lives, secularism allows us to build friendships and relationships based on shared values and mutual respect, even if our religious beliefs differ. This resurgence of religious fervor often manifests as discrimination against minority groups, attempts to influence public policy based on religious beliefs, and restrictions on freedom of expression. Think book bans, protests against mosque constructions, or laws based on specific religious texts. Political analyst, media, societal polarization along religious beliefs, religious divisions in contemporary communities. Another challenge is the increasing polarization of societies along religious lines. Social media echo chambers and partisan news outlets often exacerbate these divisions, creating a breeding ground for mistrust and animosity. It's like we're all stuck in a giant game of religious tug-of-war and nobody's winning. The erosion of trust in secular institutions like governments and the media further complicates the picture. When people feel unheard or unrepresented, they may turn to religious leaders or communities for answers, potentially undermining the separation of religion and state. It's like going to your dentist for relationship advice, not ideal. These challenges highlight the need to actively defend and promote secular values, ensuring they remain relevant and resilient in the face of evolving social and political landscapes.
Section 4. Harmony in Diversity, Secularism as a Bridge. Now let's talk about why secularism is so crucial, especially in our increasingly diverse and interconnected world.
Imagine a world where everyone's shouting their beliefs from the rooftops, trying to drown out all other voices. Chaos, right? Secularism acts as a noise-canceling headset in this scenario.
It allows us to coexist peacefully by creating a neutral public sphere where everyone feels respected and valued, regardless of their religious beliefs or lack thereof. Think of it like a well-maintained public park. Everyone's welcome to enjoy it, as long as they respect the rules and each other's space.
And by separating religion from the state, secularism ensures that everyone has equal rights and opportunities. It prevents discrimination based on religion, allowing individuals to participate fully in society without facing prejudice or disadvantage. No more religious litmus tests for jobs, housing, or education. Everyone gets a fair shot.
Moreover, secularism promotes tolerance and understanding by encouraging dialogue and interaction between different religious and non-religious groups. It creates spaces for open and respectful conversations, breaking down stereotypes and fostering empathy. Think interfaith dialogues, community service projects involving people from different backgrounds, or even just having a friendly chat with your neighbor who practices a different religion.
In a world increasingly divided by religious and cultural differences, secularism offers a pathway to build bridges, foster harmony, and create a more just and equitable society for all. It's not about erasing our differences, but rather celebrating them as strengths that enrich our collective human experience.
Section 5. India, a case study in secularism's evolution. To truly understand the complexities and nuances of secularism in action, let's zoom in on India, a nation bursting with religious and cultural diversity. Think spice markets, Bollywood musicals, and a history spanning millennia? It's complicated, just like their relationship with secularism.
India, since its independence in 1947, adopted secularism as a core principle enshrined in its constitution. This was a bold move, considering the country's history of religious tensions and the partition that accompanied its independence. Imagine trying to unite a subcontinent with countless languages, religions, and cultural practices. It was like herding cats, but with higher stakes.
Over the decades, India has grappled with the challenges of implementing secularism in a society deeply rooted in religious traditions and beliefs. There have been successes, like the legal protections for religious minorities and the promotion of interfaith dialogue. But there have also been setbacks, including instances of communal violence and attempts to politicize religion for electoral gains.
Despite these challenges, India's commitment to secularism remains a beacon of hope, demonstrating that it's possible to build a diverse and inclusive society that respects the rights of all its citizens. It's a work in progress, constantly evolving and adapting to new realities, but its resilience offers valuable lessons for other nations navigating the complexities of religious pluralism.
India's experience underscores that secularism is not a static concept, but an ongoing process that requires constant vigilance, dialogue, and a willingness to address injustices and inequalities. It's a journey, not a destination, and India's story serves as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale for other nations striving to achieve a harmonious balance between religious freedom and social cohesion.
Section 6. Charting the course secularism in a changing world. As we look ahead, the future of secularism hinges on our collective ability to adapt and address the evolving challenges of our time. It's like updating your phone's operating system. You got to keep up with the times or risk glitches and crashes.
The rise of religious extremism, the spread of misinformation, and the increasing polarization of societies require us to find new ways to promote secular values and protect the separation of religion and state. It's like playing whack-a-mole. As soon as you address one challenge, another one pops up.
Education emerges as a key battleground in this fight for secularism. By equipping future generations with critical thinking skills, promoting media literacy, and fostering interfaith understanding, we can build resilience against extremism and prejudice. Imagine a world where kids are taught to critically evaluate information, question dogma, and engage in respectful dialogue. That's a win for secularism.
Strengthening secular institutions and ensuring their accountability is equally crucial. When people trust their governments, courts, and media to be fair and impartial, they are less likely to seek recourse in religious institutions or ideologies. It's like having a reliable mechanic. You're more likely to trust their judgment and less likely to try fixing your car yourself with YouTube tutorials.
Finally, promoting intercultural and interfaith dialogue remains essential. By creating spaces for open and honest conversations about religion, identity, and belonging, we can break down stereotypes, foster empathy, and build bridges of understanding. Think of it like a global potluck. Everyone brings their own unique dish, culture, religion to the table, and we all get to learn from and appreciate each other's differences.
The future of secularism rests on our collective shoulders. By embracing its principles, adapting to new challenges, and actively engaging in the public sphere, we can ensure that it continues to serve as a beacon of hope guiding us towards a more just, equitable, and harmonious world for all. It's a team effort, folks, and the stakes have never been higher.